Cubs head to Milwaukee for the biggest game that the Cubs have played in a long time. And it's a winner-take-all Game 5. What are the Cubs' chances of pulling this off after falling down 2-0? They've rallied back to tie the series, and they'll play in their home stadium, away from home, in Milwaukee, in their market. That's home, away from home, against a team that calls the Cubs a rival, and they've played like one this year. What a good team Milwaukee has, and I'll tell you what, the Cubs have one too. So we're going to talk about that right here on the Cubs Baseball channel. Like and subscribe and thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the QR code that we're going to talk about because we got more tickets and prizes should the Cubs advance. Let's get this party started. Thanks, everybody. Cubs Baseball channel here. Mick Gillespie, thank you for hanging. And let's talk about tonight's game. I waited up last night. I was going to do the show in the morning, early morning, or late last night. And the game that was going on between the Tigers, our friend Javi Baez, and the Mariners was amazing. It went 15 innings, and I was up all night, and then I slept a little late. So I'm sure some of you guys are in the same boat. But now it's like, hey, it's game day. We got a lot going on, and wanted to jump on here and make sure that we threw a show out and also have more information now than we would have had last night. So here we go. All hands on deck. Pitching-wise, everyone but Jameson Taillon is going to be available for this game. And that's because, Matthew Boyd will be available for this game. Everybody but Matthew Boyd. That means Taillon could be ready. That means anybody else that started could be ready. You got to get 27 outs. Craig Counsell said that. We've got, all these pitchers to get 27 outs. That's the game plan. They got to pace 3 batters. I don't think this is a bad strategy. I think both teams are going to incorporate the same exact strategy. So it's going to be bullpen versus bullpen. It's a bullpen game. That's how baseball is played anyway in the postseason. And because neither of these teams have what they would feel like is a bona fide ace to start, then they're going to do that. Now, let me change that now for us with Shōta Imanaga with the call. He's going to start the game. He is a bona fide ace, but he hasn't pitched like one lately. He's given up too many home runs, and that's why with the Cubs are going to have a very short leash with him. I got a feeling. Unless he comes out and he's just moving the ball around the zone, getting outs, and looks sharp, it's going to be maybe if the guy gets 9 outs, they'll be happy and move on from it. It's just the way that it is. For the Brewers, it's going to be kind of the same thing. They're going to have all their guys ready to go except Peralta, who we saw pitch last game. Cubs got him early. Thank you, Ian Happ. And that includes Jacob Mezorowski, the fireballer. He's going to be available. Priester going to be available. The regular bullpen is going to be available. So that's what it is. And what tells me is that you want to get the early lead. You can set your pitching up. Cubs have done that a lot. They've done a great job of that this entire series. But then it's been like that in Milwaukee, being able to maintain the lead. Now, there's been a lot of talk in this series about sign stealing. The Brewers are stealing signs. And it looks like, just from the videos I've seen, it's guys that get on base that are stealing signs, and they obviously had a tough time doing that in Chicago because they didn't score any runs. So how do you work through that? Well, you got to be creative. Sometimes you cross them up. It's low and away. Guess what? It's an inside fastball. And if you step into it, it hits you. Hey, that's what happens. Sometimes I've seen it where guys will turn around and yell at the runner on second base. Well, they'll start fighting. But at the end of the day, if it's not coming electronically, which is against the rules, just don't tell the 2017 Astros that, right? But even other teams back then that were doing the same thing, then what you have to do is be creative. You got to know that it's going on and be creative with it. That's location and pitch, right? They've been doing this since baseball was played. The Cubs are just going to have to figure out how to deal with that. And it really felt like Milwaukee knew what was coming in some of those games that were played in their stadium. So that's something to keep an eye on. And I'm sure that the Cubs are going to be doing that. And the other thing is that you want Shōta Imanaga to pitch in this game. I mean, he's your best pitcher. Without Cade Horton and without Justin Steele. And I think that he could do the same thing that Matthew Boyd did. And that's just bring your best stuff. It's one game. And I know he's been trending in the wrong direction, but this is the best option that the Cubs have right now is Shōta Imanaga with this pitching staff. So that's where we are right now. Now, good news for the Cubs. Cade Horton is, I think, expected to pitch in the NLCS against the Dodgers when we get there. Through, feels good. Said he feels great. You're talking about a rib injury that has healed by now. He's the best pitcher that the Cubs have had since the All-Star break. He's going to be Rookie of the Year, and they need him. That's all there is to it. And you don't pitch in this type of game, if we get there, then obviously you're playing the wrong sport because this is what you play for. This is where you risk it, right? Got to get there first. But having Cade Horton against the Dodgers in that championship series gives the Cubs a much better chance to be able to pull off what would be an upset against one of the most expensive teams that sports have ever seen in our country, right? Got to get there first, though. So I think that's really good news. Now, also good news, I want to thank all of you guys for being part of AveD, Mick Nation. Some of you guys are like, hey, I didn't win this time. Well, look, Dexter Przinski, I hope I'm saying that right, won the tickets for Game 4. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. He's got to send me a video from the bleachers. Said he's going to do that. We're going to give more tickets away. We're giving hats away. We're giving shirts away. We got all kind of swag that we're going to be throwing your guys' direction. So don't feel like if you didn't win that you're not going to win next time. We're going to keep doing this. Plus, there's cash prizes each week as well, and you get to pick tonight's game. Do that at AveD right there, QR code. Scan that. And for all you guys that have done that, thank you. And for all the comments where people were wondering, hey, I love it. That's what we want, man. We want you guys to be fired up about what we're doing. And I want you guys to be part of AveD and also comment in the comment section. The other thing is we're going to have at least 2,000 views next time to give away playoff tickets. So you're going to have to share with your friends and help us build the channel. Those tickets are awesome, man. It's so great to get the excitement of you guys when you win. So thank you. Thank you for being a part of this. Okay. Is it Sarah Langs? Yeah. Put out a tweet and said, in the history of the 2-2-1 format, that when a team lost the first two, won the second two, they won the third one 58% of the time. So let's hope that's the Cubs in this game. Make it 60% of the time, right? This game is what baseball is all about. The toughest part about playing sports is last night watching the Tigers lose what was an epic season and an epic game. Because everybody's going to remember the Mariners. They don't remember the team that came in second. And that's just the way life is. Think about Cleveland in 2016. They were that close, but the Cubs won the World Series. We got rings to prove it. We got the pennant, and they have the longest drought now in baseball without a World Series championship. So, I mean, that's kind of how this goes. But you do all the work that it takes every single day to get to the point where you're just that much better. And that's what I'm hoping. Just one run better tonight, and then we'll figure it all out. And if the Cubs fall short, it ends fast. And you're talking about free agency, and you're talking about opt-outs, and all that kind of stuff. And look, is Kyle Tucker, where's he going to go? Who are the Cubs going to? How about Kyle Schwarber coming back? I mean, there's a lot of stuff to get into when that happens. I hope it just doesn't happen right now. It'd be nice to happen after a pennant and a World Series. And I think that, look, you're down to 5 teams. You're 5 teams. You're one series away if you get this game tonight from going to the World Series for only the second time since 1945. So think about that. They spent all that money on Kyle Tucker. Pete Crow Armstrong was an MVP candidate. Seiya Suzuki's carried these guys here lately. Those three guys have to step up tonight. Those are what big game players are supposed to do, is play big in big games. And that's what the Cubs need tonight. They need big game players to step up in an enormous game. But look, if they get a contribution from Ian Happ, Dansby Swanson, whoever, you'll take it, right? But big game players have to step up in the big games. Cubs need to get the offense going. And then if the bullpen can just pitch like they pitched in Chicago, hey, it's going to be a really, really fun night. Anyway, it's been a great season. Fingers crossed. You guys tell me what you think in the comment section. Thank you for being here. And say it one more time. Go Cubs. Let me I'm going to look and see if the Brewers have named their starter before I end the show. Yeah, still waiting on that. Vegas has the Brewers as a slight favorite over the Cubs to win tonight. Think if you would have took those odds, though, when it was 0-2. We talked about it on here. And I say, hey, you take those odds. They were like overwhelming odds for Milwaukee. You know, now the odds are that the Brewers are minus 150 and the Cubs are plus 125. You know, those aren't big odds. You know, slight, that to me says they're a slight favorite. And look, they're home. They should be. Anyway, big game tonight. Thank you guys. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. Cardinals fans, who you pulling for? Cubs or Brewers? Doesn't matter. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Go Cubs.